What's up, Capstone family? This is Ed coming at you. Hey, so had some requests for knowing more about that Airbnb idea that somebody had pitched to me here a couple of weeks ago, and I started messing around with it and was like, oh wow, look at this. Look at how much we can see from looking at any of these sites. I've really only done it with Airbnb, so I'm going to pull that one up and show you what that looks like. So if I'm looking at the site here, let's say I'm on the complete site. What I'm going to do is I'm going to search, let's call it an area that I know. Let's do right here, Scottsdale. Okay, so if I'm looking at Scottsdale and I'm looking at an entire month, so go 30 days and see what comes up. Remember, if you're doing a 30-day search, the only thing that's going to come up is those that have 100% vacancy during that time. So right here between December 1st and December 31st, I'm going to pull everything just in Scottsdale, pretty generic search. I'm going to click on search and I'm going to look and see what's coming up. All right, cool. So this is basically Scottsdale. Here's Tempe, Phoenix. This is Scottsdale. It's a long, Scottsdale's just really long there. Okay, so now let's go closer. Let's find a neighborhood that we are pretty familiar with. So how about this? Let's scroll in. Let's get closer to, let's go to the Kierland neighborhood. All right, so here's Kierland. Whoa, look at what starts to, oh my gosh, hold on. This is, how far? This is, oh, look at this. Okay, let's get closer. Wow, I didn't know that this was one. Look at all of these. They have 100% vacancy for the entire month of December. Look at how much their expectations are for what they're basically losing because they're not full. If you find your neighborhood, find an area, let's say, oh shoot, look at that. Good grief. I haven't looked at this specific neighborhood yet. Let's go to Old Town Scottsdale and let's see what happens there. So look at Old Town. So Old Town has a lot of 100% vacancy. What's that mean? Look at that, holy moly. That means that this inventory, something's gonna have to change. A lot of these people are waiting for the Super Bowl next year. So the holiday season, we got Barrett-Jackson, which if you haven't been, it's an amazing car show up in North Scottsdale. It's in like January. It's super, super fun. The coolest cars are being sold there. It's fun just to walk around. I take the kids and Rach, and it's really, really fun. Thanks to our buddy Chewy for hooking us up with those tickets. Thanks, brother. You and Angelica rock. Hey, but when you look at everything else that's going on, then you got the Phoenix Open, which brings in 100,000 people, whatever. Well, now we got the Super Bowl too, and the Super Bowl is just going to bring in so many people. And you're still hearing people have this conversation of, well, I'm going to make my house an Airbnb. And it's like, wait, but look at all these other Airbnbs that are already out there that are probably going to take some of that business before your house does. Back to my point of all this, there's a lot of inventory that looks like it's going to change things. It's going to come sooner than later. I don't know what that looks like. I don't know what that's going to end up looking like. But again, definitely something to think about as we're figuring out what the market is doing, where it's going, how's that going to look after March of next year. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be a different place, and I don't have a crystal ball, but looking at the inventory that could be coming, I remember back in the day we called this stuff shadow inventory when it came to the foreclosure market. We're not next to a foreclosure market, but there was always this inventory that people thought was coming that never quite came. This to me feels somewhat similar. For people that are paying attention to it, it's like there's no real information for how many short-term rentals there are versus long-term rentals versus there's just no solid data out there to really tell us one way or another what this is really going to look like. So keep an eye. I hope this is helpful information. Definitely check it out in your neighborhood. What does that look like? How are things going to change for your neighborhood, or are they, based on what's happening with the short-term rental market? Cool. Thanks.